That's why I say Stephen A. should have did it a long time ago.
Shouldn't have done it at all, man. He shouldn't have done it a long time ago. He should have. And
should have got on him a long time ago.
I still, that's why I keep asking, like, and maybe that's a portion of it that I should have probably researched, but I'm like, what could Whitlock have said? I mean, whatever, he was at his neck saying stuff about him. That's what they do. They in the same field. Maybe Whitlock felt like he was in competition with him, so that's just how he was moving. What did he say that was so bad that would cause Stephen A. to call him a fat bastard and a bitch and like all, like what could he have said that like made him flip like that?
Language.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. That's what Stephen A. said. I'm sorry, YouTube. I was just repeating his exact words.
What he said was, my man ain't average no 1.5 points per game in college. That's what he said. That's what took Stephen A. all over the top. It's always when people mention these columnists and these sportscasters or whatever you want to call them. It's always when somebody mentions their sports background that they get in their feelings.
Yeah.
My man Jason Whitlock said, how you average 1.5 a game when you say you cracked your kneecap before the season start? That was say, statistically, factually speaking, or just even thinking about it, you can't average nothing if you ain't played no games.
Right.
So if you average 1.5, you either played a couple games or nothing. You had to play a couple games.
I was like, there's no way to get 1.5.
Yeah,
without playing more than one game.
So, and what that means is that you probably didn't play that much at all. You probably wasn't that good at all. If you average 1.5, that means you ain't getting no burn. You probably getting trash minutes for you to average 1.5.
Yeah, well, I know he says he got injured and all of that as well, but that to me that's minute.
But what would,
I know what you asking,
yeah.
and I'm gonna get to that. Whitlock has been like literally like when Stephen A. said that he felt like he was underpaid at ESPN. Whitlock was like, "What do you mean? People are getting laid off, and you talking about you underpaid?" And in my opinion, I'm like, bruh, I'm not responsible for everybody getting laid off. Like if you start talking about everybody getting laid off and you worried about are you underpaid, my nigga, excuse the N-word, but let's be honest. There was a time where Stephen A. was literally carrying ESPN, fam.
When was he carrying her?
Boy, it was First Take. Once Stephen A. got on First Take, we knew that was, we were really tuning in to see Stephen A. and Skip.
Let's be honest. I watched Scott Van Pelt.
I'm not saying I watched it all too, but we know who the highlight was.
Because Stephen A. was like loud and everybody was talking bad about him for a little bit.
That at the very beginning, and we seen what he became.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
He come back just a little bit.
But let's be honest, Stephen A. was like he's the top drawer.
But
at ESPN,
none of that still.
Okay,
go ahead.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Whitlock, I mean, this is literally for like 9 or 10 years.
Right,
Whitlock has been calling him a fraud. Whitlock has just always been poking the bear.
What?
Look.
Go ahead.
You could have researched it, but I'm telling you, that's Whitlock has been at his
you act like you was about to answer the question. That's why I keep asking.
I am. I just gave you one example. Whitlock called him a fraud and all of this stuff behind his memoir. Said that he didn't even write his own book. Like, dude, if you keep talking about me, for years, eventually I'm going to respond. That's why I say I think he should have did it a whole lot earlier. I'm not going to let you keep going on 9 or 10 years. I'm going to have to tell you, hey, fam, you need to chill out, fam. But find you something else to do.
But like I said, it's not about the fact that he responded. I'm good with the response. Like I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, he should have responded. It's the way that he responded. Like that's not Stephen A. That's not what he normally does.
Hey, sometimes you get out of character, fam.
All right.
Sometimes you get out of character, and we've all been there. And somebody done riled us up, and we all got out of character. Steve, don't even say nothing because you've done it too. We all have. We all have. Fam.
Because and the reason why I can't get this to pass is because he had to sit down and actually think this out. Yeah. I can see if you responding immediately, it's an immediate reaction, and then you just kind of go off the deep end because you're right there in a moment.
Yeah.
But this wasn't a moment. This was a calculated. I'm gonna take this to my podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Right.
And then I'm gonna get it off my chest.
He wanted bosses.
He had every opportunity to gather his thoughts together.
Yeah.
And articulate what he wanted to articulate within that show or whatnot.
It's not like Will slapping Chris.
Yeah, that was an impulse thing that happened
right.
off pure emotion. This right here, this was a calculated thing, and he said what he said because he wanted to say that. And I don't even know why he wanted to call him a fat bastard. And all
he got tired of him talking, bro. He got tired of it.
But
he got tired of it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
No, Tony.
I'm not reading into it that much. Like, my dude.
It didn't sound like it sounded like Whitlock wasn't. It sounded like Whitlock was saying things that were true.
No,
calling him a fat bastard is not necessarily a truth.
Okay, when y'all go research this, and I promise we can circle back around, and y'all can make your own little videos. When you go research it, go look at all the black journalists that are working in sports.
I don't give a shit about that.
Hold
man.
on, you.
I don't care about what nobody else says about him.
Should.
We talking about one moment, Tony. One man and his response to somebody who talked about him.
If you would let me finish,
he's
what
not
I'm
putting
saying,
a whole reporting
staff
on his back, man.
This is crazy because even Matt Barnes was saying every chance he gets, he's always putting down the black community. Have you ever noticed? Ain't nobody black come out to take up for Jason Whitlock throughout this whole ordeal. Nobody likes working with him.
I mean that's
like
not,
ain't nobody
here nor there.
It's a part of it. Like, fam, you cannot be a trash individual and keep talking bad about somebody, and then we all of a sudden gonna look at the person that responds and be like, yeah, that's all wrong. No, the person that's been talking noise about somebody for umpteen years and treating everybody else bad, that's the person that's wrong.
Two things can be true.
That's the person. You're right.
Two things can be true.
I would rather point the gun at the person that's been doing this stuff.
And I mean, I'm with you on that.
Like, Whitlock is the very wrong person. Like, bro, Chris Broussard is probably the most Christian person that they always talk about.
Yeah,
He don't even like Jason Whitlock, and and he even said, "I don't want to work with him."
That's
all crazy,
all
bro.
of that I'm with you on. I'm just like Steve, you were saying like well, he basically just gave Whitlock a platform. Like, he has this big platform. It's not even, there's no need for him to even respond, especially not the way that he responded, because that's like, he got himself out of character. We've never seen Stephen A. on the, he done said a cuss word before, but we ain't never really seen him on the air like that. He articulates himself
very well
in other ways, you know what I'm saying? Not like that. And so that for me, it wasn't necessarily the fact that Whitlock was right or Steven was wrong. Like, they both, you know, had some wrong in it. You know what I'm saying? Whitlock obviously is dead wrong. Stephen A. is wrong in my opinion for putting himself in that position or putting himself in that light. Like Steve said, he had time to think about it, and that's what you came up with your time to think about it is to.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, look, broke the camel's back, fam. Like, I get it. He took his time and did it all, but dude, sometimes you just get tired of it. You get tired of the BS, and however it come out is however it come out.
See, I still feel like it was some BS, and for him to say that Jason Whitlock is worse than a white supremacist is utterly ridiculous. But and when you say stuff like that, that's when the fat bastard and then the B word, it all kind of gets mumbled up into this whole conglomerate of bull crap.
Has anybody ever defended against it though? That's
no.
Now look, I'm not saying that Stephen A. is right with calling him that, because to me that's just like calling somebody a coon. However, if nobody's coming to your defense, yeah, you must be pretty damn bad, bruh.
Nobody came to either one of their defense.
A lot of people, man, there were plenty of black columnists that have worked for ESPN or Fox Sports, and they were asking them like, hey, what's the deal? And they were like, well, pretty much Stephen A. is right. Nobody wants to work with that dude. Because he's a trash individual.
Well, see,
that's what they've all said.
Not the working with him part.
That's where this starts from.
I'm talking about the response, and all of the.
It's a build up, bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a build up. This just didn't, like, Whitlock just didn't start talking about him in 2023. Like this has been going on for almost 9-10 years.
This
fam.
is the last time we not have an outline because I don't like having conversations.
Well,
dry
you could have
like this.
researched it because
I
you knew
coulda.
what we was talking
but you
about.
said you was going to. We're not gonna talk about that.
Well, whatever.
But
You could have researched.
We're not gonna
it.
talk about that, but he gonna bring this.
well,
shit.
I'm just saying because I feel dry talking about this stuff.
Well,
and,
you could have researched it.
I
You knew
just
exactly
gotta
what we were
trust
talking about.
I gotta trust what you saying.
You
I
knew
don't
what we
have-
was talking about, fam.
No.
I said I do it.
But what you're saying, I understand. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know that he's despicable in that world. Jason Whitlock, him being a bad person in regards to all the black sports analysts that are on TV, understandable. That is not, that is something that shouldn't be debated at all. We all know he's pretty bad in that space. But like Ray was saying, the only thing I'm talking about is Stephen A's response. We're not talking about the person the person that he's responding to. I'm just talking about his response, period. And some of the stuff that he said in there was just it was over the top. For me, it was just over the top. It's something that we've never seen him do in the 15, 20 odd years that we've seen him on TV.
Yeah,
We've never seen him talk like that about anybody. And Stephen A's been called a coon. He's been called worse than a white supremacist himself. He's been hit over the head with a lot of stuff lately and never responded to that vitriol in this manner.
Because nobody's been doing, like, no one person has been poking at him like that for years.
But see, that's the thing,
That's
man.
a different kind of thing.
When people on TV, you get poked by everybody. We talk about basketball players, having burner Twitter accounts because they getting railroaded and roasted by regular folks out here, man. Like, it's part of the game. And Stephen A gets the same treatment. So why is he worried? Why now are you worried about somebody that you clearly make more money than, that has no impact on your career at all, has never had an impact on your career, but now today, you want to respond to them after 10 years of them talking noise about you?
That's a valid question. But like I say, I feel like it was just a straw that broke the camel's back when he started talking about his memoir.
Seemed a little emotional. Seemed a little emotional to me, man.
But it just seemed like it was a straw that broke the camel's back. Fam.
Just like Jalen Rose said about Skip. Water Pistol Pete, 1.5 a game in college. That hurt your feelings. And then, with Skip, it was 1.5 in high school. Oh, bum ass. Oh, bum ass. Boys just be out here talking, just talking noise.